to immediate access to food and nutrition education. And as school begins, that means the summer season will soon be in the rearview mirror, sadly.
Yeah, but that means it's almost fall. Better go pumpkin spice season. You're wondering, giving you the chance to see the beauty of the fall from the Hudson River. 2 separate tours available. One for 2 hours, the other for 4 hours.
4-hour tours leave in the morning from Midtown, West 39th Street in Manhattan, and Port Imperial in Weehawken in New Jersey on weekends, starting October 11th. So 2-hour tours begin in the afternoons at the same ferry terminals.
Ticket prices for the tours are on your screen. Tours run through November 2nd, although I read an article that there's a real big issue with leaf peeping this season.
Why?
Something to do with the extreme temperatures and the amount of rain we got in the summer, that the leaves... Stacey, you there? Is that the thing? That like the amount of rain and the heat, something about this is going to create not good leaf peeping conditions.
Right, it's been dry, so the moisture starts.
Hey guys, so I was trying to go live on my computer and I couldn't go live on my computer, so I had to use my phone. So hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. I'm gonna put this link here. Hey guys, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Hopefully you woke up in your right mind. Hopefully you thank God. Thank God, for today. Thank you, Jesus, for waking us up. Thank you, God, for getting us started on our day. Thank you, God, for allowing us to, just be here, right? Okay. Thank you, God, for allowing us to just be here another day and, helping us, to be here and, just to see another day. A lot of people did not wake up this morning. A lot of people didn't, get started on their day. But guess what? You were here. You were the chosen one. And thank God, for that. So I am Coach Tanisha. I have been a coach for over a decade. I've helped many people, start businesses, grow businesses, get money for their businesses, fix their credit, help people write ebooks, help people start e-commerce stores. I mean, the list literally, guys, goes on and on. I have been doing this for quite some time, and when I was in school and when I had a job, I never thought that I would be a coach, coaching people on money, coaching people, on finances. Like, I never thought, any of those things, right? But, God always has a plan. For us, we think it's going to go one way, and God always has a different way, for us, to be able to, win. So, welcome, guys. So I am going to be going live more, right? So one thing, right, about the internet, okay? One thing about the internet, guys, is that it is overwhelming, okay? Everybody on the internet has something. Everybody's selling something. Everybody's doing something, on the internet. And again, I've learned so much. I love the internet. Like, I've learned so much, from the internet. I've learned a lot from the internet. YouTube University is my best friend. Google University. Now we got ChatGPT is also, a great resource. But I've learned a lot, right? I've learned a lot. And most people, right, don't have direction, unfortunately, right? Most people don't have direction on where they want to go, what they're trying to do, and what they really want to focus on, right? And unfortunately, the internet is like a cesspool full of people, right? The internet is like a cesspool full of people, right? So, you got this group of people over here, you got that group of people over here, you got that group of people over here, but it's all like a big spider web, right? So you may come online and be like, oh, I want to do this. And then you may see somebody else doing something else, right? And you're like, oh, I could do that too, right? And then you start to get distracted, right? We start to get all these distractions and stuff, right? Which is not good, right? We start to be distracted with everything. Hey guys, let me know where you guys are coming in from. I tried to go live on my computer. It was not working. So my goal is to go live more, build up my YouTube channel more, and engage my audience on YouTube, right? And YouTube, one thing about YouTube has been paying me for years, right? YouTube has been paying me passive residual income, okay? Passive residual income, okay? Passive residual income for years, okay? And one thing about YouTube is consistent, right? Now, I'm not saying Instagram and TikTok and all of them other things, but we can't really focus on everything, right? We got to focus on the things that's making us money, right? So one thing I've learned, you just being an entrepreneur, is that people need a focus, right? People need a focus. All right, people need to be able to focus. People need to be able to see straight. People need to be able to have a plan on what they're going to do, right? On what they're going to do and how they're going to do it and how they're going to move, in the next 5 years, the next year, the next 30 days, right? So I've learned in the last 13 years, the last decade, that, everybody wants to get ahead, right? Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to move forward. But the problem is people don't have a clear direction. All right. So if people don't have a clear direction, simply meaning that they don't know where they're going. Like, this just simply means people don't know where they are going. Okay. So what I have done, right, I have created a way for people to start to see themselves where they want to be, right? And the first thing that we need to start with is understanding financial literacy. I did a video the other day, and I said that financial literacy, guys, goes with everything, okay? Financial literacy, guys, goes with everything. Health and wellness, emotional health, mental health, physical health, financial health. It goes with school. It goes with marriage. It goes with, a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, husband and wife, man and woman relationship. It goes with everything. Okay. Financial literacy, guys, goes with everything. Okay. And understanding, right, that financial literacy is like the core, right? A lot of people, they can't get ahead because of money, right? A lot of people can't, think straight because they ain't got enough money, right? Some people have anxiety and they start to have heart palpitations, right? Because they don't have enough money, right? So money, finance, wealth is the core, right? It's like the core of everything, right? And as people, right, we need financial literacy at every level, right? So a lot of people are homeless because they don't have money. A lot of people are in shelters because they don't have money. A lot of women are in domestic violence relationships because they don't have money, right? So a lot of people have, bills, medical bills, right? Because they didn't have enough money to pay for what they need to pay for, right? So money is like the root, right? And money is not the root of all evil, right? The Bible says the love of money, right? The love of money is the root of all evil. But I would say the lack of money is the root of all evil. Because when you don't have money, or you don't have the money that you want, guess what? You will start doing all kinds of crazy things that you never thought you would do, right? So we got to get into this, friends, right? So I have my School of Money and Wealth, right? So my goal this year, okay, we only got 4 months left in this year, right, is to help people get focused on their money. Help people get focused on their wealth. I could sell courses and books and all that stuff, but I want to help people get focused on their wealth, building their wealth, and focusing on their money, right? Too many people work jobs. They work 2 and 3 jobs and still don't have money. That's insane. Like, you working 2 to 3 jobs, you already don't have time, and you don't have money, right? The most two commodities, guys, is time and money. The most two commodities, guys, is time and money. Guys, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm trying to go live more. And I go live for maybe 10, 20 minutes, at a time. And I want you guys to join my School of Money, right? So what I have created is a way for you to get focused on your money, okay? It's a way for you to get focused on your money. We're going to be talking about emergency funds. We're going to be talking about savings. We're going to be talking about investing. We're going to be talking about credit. We're going to be talking about business funding. We're going to be talking about affiliate marketing. We're going to be talking about starting businesses, okay? So the stuff that I've learned in the last decade, right, that has helped me get my credit score over 750, helped me get over $80,000, in business funding. Business funding is definitely a whole hack, right? I've been able to put myself in position, to help others. And if you guys don't know, I work in the schools, right? Actually, I got to send a couple proposals now. I work in the schools, right? And my passion is to teach the children, right? I went to college to actually be a math teacher, right? I took the test. I couldn't pass the test. I wanted to be a math teacher. I was crying that I didn't pass the test, but God had another path for me, right? I came online. I learned about money. I learned about success. I learned about wealth. I learned about how to, get a bag. I learned how to make 50 grand a month. I learned how to make 10 grand a month. Like, I've learned some things, right? And I also learned that the internet, okay, I also learned, guys, that the internet is very distracting and very confusing. So there's people in this group, you're paying for that group, you're paying for this group, you're paying for that group, you're paying for this group, you're paying for that group. And when you have too much distractions, guess what, guys? We do nothing. Hey, guys, let me know where you guys are coming in from. And let me know if you guys actually have a business. If you guys have a business, I've been an entrepreneur for 13 years. I've been able to travel. I just came back from the Bahamas. I'm about to go to Grenada. I went to Jamaica this year. I went to Colombia this year. I already got plans for Africa, next year. So my goal right now is to help people get focused on their finances, right? Finances wasn't a thing that was talked about at the table, right? Finances wasn't a thing that your parents talked to you about, right? The most I've heard, and this is from my dad, my stepdad, he told me, Tanisha, save your money for a rainy day. That's what my dad told me. Tanisha, save your money for a rainy day. That's it, right? And my thing is, every day's a rainy day, right? So this is what my dad told me, right? Save your money, Tanisha, for a rainy day, right? And as I got older, I started to realize that, damn, every day is a doggone rainy day, right? If my kids don't eat, that's a problem. If I can't pay my rent, that's a problem. If I can't pay my bills, that's a problem. So I feel like every day is a rainy day. But my dad gave me the advice that he thought was great, right? He gave me the advice, guys, that he thought was great, right? And then my mom, she never said anything about money. All I heard my mom say was she broke, she broke, she broke, like all the time. I'm like, well, damn, how you working a job and you always broke, right? So you didn't know nothing. And my grandmother, so this is the financial literacy advice that I got. You guys can share in the comments. What financial literacy advice did you get from your mom, your dad, your grandma? Right? Because those are like the three main people in our life, right? So my mom didn't tell me nothing. She just said she was broke all the time. My dad said save money for a rainy day. And my grandmother said, if you get a credit card, cut all of them up. That was the financial literacy advice that I got growing up as a young girl. Like, okay, then that's it, right? And in school, what did school teach us, right? Only thing that school said to us or did, right? What did school say? Oh, get a good job, go to work, work for 40 to 50 years and retire, and the company's going to take care of you. That's what school taught me, right? So that's not financial literacy. That's not financial advice. Like, you can't get ahead with just cutting up credit cards, right? So, guys, share this with the last 5 people that you text and like this. Share this with the last 5 people you text and hit the like button. So, we got to understand, guys, okay? We got to understand that financial literacy is everything. It goes with our mental health. It goes with our emotional health, physical health, everything, guys. It is everything, okay? So here's what I've learned. That you got to save, all right? You got to save money for the sake of having money, okay? You got to save money with the sake of having money, okay? Right? Write that down in your notes or write that in the comments. You got to save money for the sake of having money. You got to save money for the sake of having money. Okay? Save money for the sake of having money. Okay? That's it, right? Got to save money. So, saving money actually can save your life, right? If you save money now, guess what? Money will save you later. Okay? If you save money now, money will save you later. Right? So, how do we save money? You can start with $5 a month, $10 a month, $1,000 a month, $500 a month. Whatever you can afford. Start saving your money in a high yield savings account. I say this all the time, right? Save your money, guys, in a high yield savings account, right? It is very critical. They said the average person don't have $500 to their name. The average person doesn't have $500 to their name. That's terrible. That's terrible, guys. That is just horrible. That's horrible. $500 is nothing. But they said the average person doesn't have $500 to their name, right? So that's easy. You could be an Amazon influencer and make $500 a month. You could sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace and make $500 a month, right? So if the average person doesn't have $500 a month, what else don't they have? They don't have confidence, right? They don't have the disciplined mindset, right? And I'm not talking about people that are dirt poor, like they have nothing, right? I'm talking about the average working person doesn't have $500 to their name. 80% of Americans are struggling. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. We have the internet. The internet is like our friend. We could YouTube University, right? Google University, Chat GPT. We could learn anything that we want to learn, guys. Hey, guys, share this with the last 5 people that you text and hit the like button. So, okay? So, if the average person, guys, don't have $500 to their name, that means they don't have a lot of other things as well. It's a lot of other shit that they don't have either, right? So we got to put ourselves, I always say this, we got to put ourselves in position so we can stay in position, so we won't ever be out of position, right? I want to always be in position, so I won't ever be out of position, right? Because so many people losing their jobs right now, so many people losing their minds, so many people losing their houses, okay? So many people losing their houses right now. You know, people losing their cars. It's insane, guys. We are in the worst of times, but we are also in the best of times. How about HSA? So the HSA is the high yield savings. What is that? The health thing? What is the HSA? It's the health thing, right? So a lot of people, guys, are losing out right now. But guess what? It's an opportunity in a recession. It's an opportunity when others are losing for us to win, right? So, but again, you got to be in the position to want to win. right? So the Daily Hustle, it says, how about HSA? HSA was the health thing. What is it? What is it? I know like a health thing, right? From your job. I can't remember. But you can tell me, right? So we got to get ourselves, guys, in position. So saving money is a thing. Saving money is a thing, all right? Saving money for the sake of having money. I want to always have money. I want to have money every second of the day, every hour of the day, every week, right? Every week, right? Every month, every year. I don't want to have to wait to get paid from my job just to have money, right? Too many people have too much month at the end of the money, right? Their money only lasts 5 days, but it's 30 days in the month. But their money only lasts 5 days. What is the whole word for it, the Daily Hustle? What does the HSA stand for? So people have too much month, guys, at the end of their money. And that was me, right? I used to have $2, negative $2 in my bank account when I used to have a job. I used to be a social worker. I used to work as a social worker, guys. I hated that job. I hated it with a passion. I didn't hate the clients. I hated the actual job. Nobody was motivated. Everybody just wanted to stay on public assistance. Everybody wanted to stay on Section 8. Nobody wanted to go to school. Nobody wanted to start a business. Nobody was ambitious to do nothing but stay on government assistance. And that drained me because I'm an ambitious person. And I'm like, listen, you got to want more for yourself. What the hell do you want? Right? So I couldn't do it. I could not do it anymore. And thank God I got fired. I got fired over 13 years ago, guys. Literally in 2011, I was fired from my job. Now, some people may say, oh, that's bad. Guess what? That was the best thing that happened to me, honey. Okay? Because now, guess what? Instead of worrying about getting to the job just to continue to be broke, now my mind was open. Now I was able to see different things and explore new things and move forward in doing new stuff. Right? Now I wasn't just chained to the cubicle. Now I wasn't just chained to going to work every day and just getting up just like a zombie. Right? The health savings account where you can use it for medical emergencies and you can borrow. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So the health savings account, right? So some jobs offer it, some jobs don't, offer it. With that case, the Daily Hustle, you got to say what your goals are. Is that your goal, right? Is that your goal? Does the HSA have interest, right? Is it liquid, right? So we got to understand that too. Is this account that I have through the job, is it liquid, right? And is it gaining any interest? If it's not liquid and I need it for something, it ain't good, right? If it's not gaining any interest, I don't need it, right? So that's why I'm telling you guys about high yield savings accounts, right? High yield savings accounts. That's also an HSA, high yield savings account, where now you can be putting $5, $10, $15, $30, right? Every dollar, right? MD, be careful what it covers. Doesn't over counter drugs. I lost money. So MD saying they lost money with the HSA. And this is good. MD saying they lost money with the HSA. So the HSA that I'm talking about is a high yield savings account. Okay, where whatever money you put in, you get some interest, right? And you can take out the money whenever you want to, right? See, that's why we have to know, so this is why we have to know certain things. So MD says, yeah, use or lose it, right? So it's certain things, guys, that we have to know, right? And understand with money, right? We got to understand it, right? We got to understand certain things, right? So MD said, if you don't use the money, you lose the money, right? I don't want to be in that position, right? I want to be in a position, again, where I have money all the time. High yield savings account. If you guys don't have a high yield savings account, ask your bank, right? Or go to another bank that has high yield savings account. Or if you guys are in my school app, right? The School of Money and Wealth, right? I have a way for you guys to download a high yield savings account, put money in there, and you'll get 4%. I think it's 4.5% or 4.1%. And you can start saving every month. You can start saving, guys, every month, right? And again, you're saving money for the sake of having money. As I always want to have money, guys. I always want to have money, regardless. I don't give a damn, right? I want to have money, period. Like, that's my mindset. That's what I teach my kids. Y'all want to have money all the time. Let's stop spending every time you turn around. Every time you get $1, you got to go to Walmart. Every time you get $1, you got to shop on Amazon. Every time you get $1, you got to go Uber eating. No. Right? And this is what I want you guys to teach your children, right? Because how is wealth built? Right? Wealth is built through generation after generation after generation, right? That's why I also have the book, right? The ABCs of wealth building, right? Because now that's a conversation starter. My mom didn't talk about money. My dad didn't talk about money. My grandmother didn't talk about money. My mom said she was broke every day. My dad told me to save for a rainy day. And my grandmother told me to cut up every credit card that I get. So what the hell? That was the financial advice that I got, right? So we got to teach our children so our children can be ahead of us, right? And even if you don't have children, you got godchildren, you got nieces, you got nephews. Teach them, right? Wealth should be taught at the table. Wealthy people do it, right? I know rich people, that's all they talk about. They talk about this to their children all the time, right? So you open up a high yield savings account and you save money for the sake of having money. Then we got to know how to budget, right? One thing I've learned as an entrepreneur is budgeting, right? I got to know what money's coming in and what money's going out. I can have a $50,000 month. I can make $100,000 in 3 months. I can have a $5,000 month. I can have a $1,000 month, right? I got to know how to budget. Right? What is coming in? Become your own financial advisor. Become your own financial advisor. People paying financial advisors all kind of money, right? And the financial advisor don't have their best interests, right? You are the only one who can control your money. You are the only one who's living your life with your money, right? Become your own financial advisor. Print out your bank statements for the last 3 months. See what you were spending on, right? Just go line by line. This is a hard look at your finances, friends. And this is what we got to get into, right? Too many people are suffering. Too many people are drowning. But it's just taking time, guys. Stop scrolling on social media. Stop scrolling on Instagram, right? Stop scrolling on Facebook. Stop scrolling on TikTok, sharing funny videos, and print out your bank statements and go through your bank statements and say, what did I make versus what I spent? Most people spend more than they make. So every single year, they're in a hole. They got to work more hours, work overtime now to make up, or they got to get another job to make up. All right, so we save money for the sake of having money in a high yield savings account. So you guys can join my School of Money and Wealth. And in the classroom, right? In the classroom, there is a way to set up a digital bank account. And it's a high yield savings. And it's also a high yield checking account. Okay? And you can start saving money and getting interest. And you can touch it at any time you feel like it. You can tap into it anytime you feel like it. Okay? Now we got a budget. Become your own financial advisor. Why is budgeting important, guys? So you can know what's coming in and you know what's going out. You paying attention to your money. All wealthy people pay attention to their money. They don't just flying out, right? They don't know where money's going. People got money for 5 days out the month and it's 30 days in the month. People got too much month at the end of their money, right? Because they're not budgeting. right? And then we need an emergency account. So like the Daily Hustle was saying that you can take it out for whatever you need. But guess what? Your emergency fund is exactly that. Right? If an emergency happened, if a pandemic happened, if my car breaks down, if a pipe busts in the house, right? Or if the TV breaks or whatever, I need an emergency fund. And exactly the same thing like your savings account, you want to have an emergency fund in a high yield savings account too. You want to have an emergency fund in a high yield savings account too. Okay, so you got your high yield savings, you got your budgeting, you becoming your own financial advisor. Okay, and then, right, you have your emergency fund, guys. Anything and everything happens. If you've been living any time, you know life be lifing. If you're an adult, if it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not this, is that. Right? If it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not this, is that. It's like every time you turn around, some shit is happening. It's like, God damn. Right? So we got to have money for that, right? And then the last thing is you got to have passive income, friends. Passive income, guys, has saved my life. Okay? Whether you have a business, whether you have real estate, whether you have stocks, right? Whether you have bonds, whether you have treasuries, whether you have a business with a membership site that's paying you money every single month. We got to get into passive residual income, guys. If you work and every dollar that you have, right? If every dollar that you get, you had to work for, you will never achieve any type of freedom. If every dollar, guys, that you got and every dollar that you have now, you had to work hard for, you will never achieve freedom. I go on vacation a lot. I try to go out the country 4 or 5 times a year, right? I want to be having money all the time. I want to have money all the time. All the time, right? So hopefully that's something that you guys want to do, right? So I invite you guys to join the School of Money and Wealth, where we talk about financial literacy. I have a free PDF that you guys could download so you can start to focus. All right. You can download the app so that you can have a high yield savings account. And we're going to be going over credit and business funding. And I have resources there. Okay. So my goal is to go live more. Make sure you share this with at least 5 people, guys. The last 5 people that you text. And I'm looking to grow my YouTube channel, guys. I'm going to be focused more on YouTube. I want to help more people focus on their money, focus on their finances, guys, so that we all can get ahead together. We all can be chilling together on the beach together, doing things together, making money together, winning together. We can't win by ourselves. We need people to help us win, but we definitely could lose by ourselves. And if you're tired of losing, it's time to win. If you're tired of losing, guys, it's time to win. So join the School of Money and Wealth. All right. The link should be in the description. Join it. It's free. We got PDFs. I got different things that you guys can be able to download. And I'm looking to help 100 women get their finances in order. We're going to be doing weekly strategy calls, accountability calls, and helping you look at your finances, a deeper dive into your finances, guys, so you can start building wealth now for yourself and for your next generation, guys. So this is your girl, Coach Tanisha. Make sure you join the School of Money and Wealth. It should be in the description. And I'll see you guys on the next live. Happy Wednesday.